This is Jarrod Horak for the runawayhorse.com, and welcome to my latest Kentucky Derby 2022 points race video. And in my video series, last week I covered 4 races. It was a busy week on the road to the Derby. I had the winner in the Grantham Stakes, a couple runner-up finishes in the San Felipe. I just missed in that Battaglia Memorial at Turfway Park. So overall I've covered 26 races, and my top choices have 8 wins, 8 seconds, and a 3rd place finish. Just one Derby prep this week, and it's going to be the Tampa Bay Derby. And then stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to cover a bonus race from Tampa Bay Downs featuring my top-ranked Kentucky Derby contender. But let's get into the analysis of the Tampa Bay Derby. It will be the 11th race at Tampa Bay Downs on Saturday, March 12th, the Grade 2 $400,000 Tampa Bay Derby for 3-year-olds traveling 1 mile and a 16th on the main track with a scheduled post time, 5:23 p.m. Eastern Time. This race will be part of my Santa Anita Park full card, where each day Santa Anita Park runs, I cover all their races, plus I do bonus races, especially bonus stakes races on Saturdays. So I'm going to cover as many of these Tampa Bay stakes races as part of my Santa Anita full card as I can. And if you're interested in those full cards, you can find those at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Now let's get into the analysis of this race. Number 1 is Grantham. He's 20-1 morning line, and he should save ground stalking the pace. I thought he was a live long shot to at least hit the board in the Withers Stakes last time out, and he ended up finishing an even 4th. He was stalking the pace from an inner post. He just couldn't go late. The runner-up in that race came back and upset the Rebel Stakes, and that race was in the mud. And there is a chance of rain at Tampa Bay Downs for Saturday, so we'll have to see if the track does come up wet. We at least know he can somewhat handle it. He ran okay last time. He broke his maiden on all-weather ground at 1 mile and a 16th late last year at Turfway Park. His 4th career start should save ground stalking the pace. Number 2, Trademark. He's 2 for 5 lifetime. Both of those wins were wire-to-wire victories at this mile and a 16th distance, and those races were at Churchill Downs last year. So he likes to get out there and get to the lead, but he couldn't do that in the Sam F. Davis last time out. In that race, he stalked the pace, and he just retreated, and he ended up running last in that 12-horse field. Second start after a layoff. Maybe they're going to try to get the lead this time because he seems most effective when he can get out there and control things. Number 3, Happy Boy Rocket for trainer Bill Mott. Finished an okay 3rd after breaking slow in his 7-furlong debut. That was at Gulfstream Park late last year. Last time out on January 29th at that same venue at 1 mile and a 16th from post 8 in a 10-horse field. He stalked the pace, he pulled clear, he won by a bit less than 3 lengths. His speed figure improved nicely in that 2nd career start around 2 turns. So now he's going to ship to Tampa Bay. He's got some tactical speed, a decent post position. I'm not sure how strong that maiden race was last time out. I haven't seen any horses really come back and win out of that race. But he still has some upside, but he's going to have to improve again. Classic Causeway is your 8-5 morning line favorite. He romped in his 7-furlong debut at Saratoga last summer, going wire to wire. He set the pace in the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity, but he drew post 13 that day, so he was forced to go too fast early, and he ended up finishing 3rd. He was best of the rest in 3rd, just had to go too fast at the beginning, didn't have enough left at the end. And then in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, which was a productive race, he stalked slower fractions. He made a bid to the lead, and then he ended up finishing a clear 2nd. We've seen multiple horses out of that Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes come back and win Derby points races this year, including 3rd place finisher White Abario. He won the Holy Bull Stakes. Smile Happy won that when he was 2nd in his first start this year in the Risen Star. So we've seen some success, and 2 other horses I think have won Derby points races this year as well. So that's been a productive race, and Classic Causeway was one of the other horses that come out of that race and win a Derby points race, and that was last time out in the Sam F. Davis at Tampa Bay at this mile and a 16th distance, where he dueled on the lead, he pulled clear, and he won nicely by a bit less than 4 lengths. So he's got a good post position here. He's probably, if he breaks sharp, he's going to be on or very near the lead from the outset. Number 5, Giant Game for trainer Dale Romans. This one, he flipped his palate in his last race so with a breathing issue in the Holy Bull after stalking the pace. He finished 8th, beaten 24 lengths. Last week he was entered in the Fountain of Youth. They didn't run there. They chose this spot, and he was okay last year. He broke his maiden 2nd time out at Keeneland, looking good, stalking the pace and winning nicely. And then in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he finished a solid third, but that hasn't really been a productive race. And then I said that his Holy Bull was pretty ugly, but he had issues. They've corrected his breathing issues now, and we'll see if he can get back to his juvenile form. Number 6, Golden Glider. He's 12-1 morning line for Mark Cassidy. Won his first 2 starts. His first start on all-weather ground at a mile and a 16th. He rallied from 12th and last to win that one by a length. Tampa Bay Downs, second time out. In a 5-horse field, he rallied from last to win that one. And then in the Sam F. Davis, he was sitting in mid-pack, but he didn't have a punch late. Maybe he needs to sit way back and make a run, and that might help his late kick. Number 7, Strike Hard. He's run 7 times, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And he's faced some decent company. And he's won that White Barrio he faced last fall at Gulfstream Park. White Barrio beat him by 4 lengths. He was miles clear of the rest that day. And then he came back and he defeated AP Secret. That one ran in the Fountain of Youth, but didn't come in last week. And then Simplification, your Fountain of Youth winner, defeated him in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes, and he was 7 lengths clear of third. And then last time in the Sam F. Davis from post 10, in the 12-horse field, he was last early, and he ended up finishing 4th. So he rallied mildly that day. Much better post position this time. Luis Saez gets aboard. He's faced some decent horses, and he could end up being competitive. Number 8, Major General, is 2 for 2 for trainer Todd Pletcher, but he hasn't raced for more than 5 months. His debut at Saratoga, he dueled on the lead at 6.5 furlongs, and he was able to win by a neck. The Iroquois Stakes, second time out, the first Kentucky Derby points race last September, he rallied to win that one by a neck. So he is 2 for 2. He's got some ability. Todd Pletcher's had some success in this race over the years. They paid $420,000 for this one, but coming off the layoff, the Iroquois Stakes was not a productive race. Just not quite sure where he fits. His debut was much faster than his second start, and he's going to have to step it up. But he does have some versatility. Number 9 is Shipsational, and he is 5-1 morning line. He's run well in 4 of 5 starts. He won his debut in the Slop. So if there is a wet track, remember he's one that handles it. He's 2 for 2 on a wet track. He also won the Sleepy Hollow Stakes on a wet track. He finished 4th in the Funny Side Stakes, second time out last year, and he won a stakes race, $150,000 stakes race last September at 7 furlongs at Belmont. And then his first start this year in the Sam F. Davis, from post 8, he rallied wide. He finished second. That was a nice rallying runner-up finish there. In his other races, he did go wire to wire in the Sleepy Hollow. He was all over the pace in his career debut as well, and he stalked the pace in his other win. So that was the furthest he had to come from so far from a different running style. He showed that he can come from further back than he's typically used to. And I could see him running a competitive race in here. He has been working at Tampa Bay Downs, and he has back-to-back bullet workouts for this. Number 10, Belgrade, for trainer Graham Motion. Romped in his debut, a restricted 6 furlong race at Fairgrounds. He stalked and won by 6. Brendan Walsh had him then, and then he went through the Keeneland sales. January of 2022, he sold for $700,000, and then last time out in a 7 furlong race at Tampa Bay Downs, it was slow early, it was fast late. He had the inside post, he stalked, he won that one by a head. So in both of his races, they were slow early, fast late. So his speed figures aren't that high because the pace of the races that he's coming out of weren't that strong. And now he's going to run around 2 turns for the first time. But I do like that he has the 2 sprints and then moving to a route. That's a productive angle. But he's facing much better, and he's going to have to run faster against probably a faster pace in his first start over a route of ground and his first stake start. Money Supply, he's one that's going to have to overcome some things as well. Looked really good, rallying from 11 lengths back in his debut at Tampa Bay Downs on February 12th. Won that one by 2 lengths for trainer Chad Brown. This is a $400,000 son of Practical Joke. And now he's going to stretch out after just 1 sprint, and he's going to face Stakes Company for the first time as well. That debut was very promising, but I want to see what he can do against much better company with just that 1 start under his belt. Number 12, Spin Wheel, 20-1 morning line for trainer George Arnold. In his 3rd career start, he did break his maiden. That was at Churchill Downs, and he rallied from post 11. He rallied from 10th place to win by a nose. He really just came out of nowhere to win that race. And then in the Grade 3 Holy Bull last time out, he was 54-1. He was 6th, beaten 10 lengths. Tough post in here. He'll try to get involved late. So now I'll give out my top 3 in this race, and my 3rd choice is going to be Shipsational. This one, he's number 9 and he is 5-1. I like that effort in that Sam F. Davis. I like that he came further back than he's used to. So he can go to the front if he has to. He can stalk. He can close. So that versatility should serve him well. He earned nice late pace ratings in his last 3 starts. And I can see him coming up with a good effort here, working well and well prepared. But he is drawn towards the outside, so he could get hung out wide a bit, kind of like he did last time. I wouldn't be surprised if he sat a similar trip. Number 7, Strike Hard, is going to be my second choice. I like the company lines. He was competitive against Simplification and White Abario, 2 of the better horses at Gulfstream Park. And then he wasn't disgraced in the Sam F. Davis from post 10, finishing 4th. Better post here, and I think he can run a better race under Luis Saez, and he can get a piece of this, and he should be a price. I can't go against the favorite in here. I don't see a ton of pace in the paper race. I think Classic Causeway can do just what he did last time. He's either going to go out there and set the pace, or he's going to press and get first run. I hate to pick the favorite in here. I was looking at a lot of different options, but I just couldn't come up with anybody else. I just think Classic Causeway, good post position, good speed. He's the class of the field. Second start after a layoff, I could see him improving, and he will probably be in front turning for home, and let's see if he can go and hang on and win this prep. So that will wrap up my analysis of that race. And now we're going to go to an earlier race for my Kentucky Derby top contender. Now, Commandperformance has been my Derby top contender since last year. I've only had one number 1 on my exceptional 11 list, and I want to see what he can do this year. He's finally making his 3-year-old debut. He's still a maiden, so he's in this maiden special weight race, race 5 at Tampa Bay Downs on Saturday, March 12th. Mile and 40 yards, post time 2:13 p.m. Eastern time. And there's not a lot of ability in this race. His speed figures just tower over the rest, and I would expect that he's going to come back and win. If he's a Derby contender, he has to win this race. And then he's going to come back in April, and he's going to run in a Derby prep and see if he can get some more Derby points. He did pick up Derby points last year. After finishing, rallying from 7th place to finish 2nd in his career debut at Saratoga in the mud at 6 furlongs, he ran in the Grade 1 Champagne Stakes as a maiden, second time out, and he rallied from 5th place to finish a clear 2nd. He was 7 lengths clear of the rest. Jack Christopher won that fast renewal of the Champagne, and Commandperformance ran a decent race there, clearly second best. They shipped him to Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He had post 9 and 11 horse field. He stalked wide. He finished 4th that day. Now, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile hasn't been a particularly strong race, but I think he has a lot of ability. He's a son of Union Rags. He's Tappett's the dam sire, very classy pedigree. His dam was stakes placed. He's bred to run all day, and he should make short work of this field as the 3-5 favorite. And then let's see what he can do in a Derby points race next month. But Commandperformance will start out his year here with first-time Lasix. He's adding blinkers as well, and it looks like he should beat this field. And I want to see him do it impressively and then move forward on the road to the Derby. So Commandperformance will be my top choice in the 5th race at Tampa Bay Downs. And then, as I said, I just did the Tampa Bay Derby, and Classic Causeway is my top choice there. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. And that will wrap up this week's Derby Prep. I'll be back in the coming weeks. I'm going to be covering all the Derby and Oaks points races. And you can check out my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks blogs and videos at therunawayhorse.com on my Kentucky Derby 2022 page. Until next time, good luck at the races.